Welcome to Make Writing Visible. This week I'd like to talk about writing speech bubbles for wordless books, which might seem a little bit unusual, but I don't think it is. Graphic novels keep gaining in popularity. I've co-authored one with Don Fendler, Lost Trail, 9 Days Alone in the Wilderness, with illustrations by Ben Bishop. And this book is chock full of speech bubbles where the characters are talking, having conversations, and most graphic novels are like that. But I'm noticing a new trend for picture books. My two favorite books of 2012 so far are One Cool Friend by Tony Buzzio, illustrations by David Small, and Z is for Moose by Kelly Bingham, illustrations by Paul O. Zielinski. And these two new books for 2012 do something very interesting. They are using speech bubbles. And so the characters in these picture books have speech bubbles where they are talking. Happened in One Cool Friend. Also happens in Z is for Moose. Gonna find that page. There's a bunch of pages with it, but here's an example of one page where the characters are talking with speech bubbles. That got me thinking, what if we can have kids begin to write conversation and dialogue and add their own speech bubbles at an easier level? They might not be writing a graphic novel, but if they could take a wordless book, such as the Good Dog Carl books, and the other wordless books, and there's a lot in the Good Dog Carl series, and fun and funny things happen in the book, where the dog is supposedly babysitting the baby, but having a lot of fun, turning on the stereo and dancing. And so if you have a page like this, where the baby puts powder on Carl, and it could say, "Powder, puppy?" And then on the next page, the baby could say, "We're beautiful." And Carl could answer, "Great." So you get the idea? For another example, there are The Summer Visitors by Carol Hayes. She writes and illustrates these books. She also did The Winter Visitors. These books are almost wordless. They do have a few words in them, but the bears and the humans are at a cabin and they share it in the summertime. And the bears keep taking over the humans' things. And so, for example, on a page like this, where they're using their inner tubes, the bear could say, "So relaxing." So adding conversation speech bubbles is, I think, a great writing activity for kids. And what you can do sometimes is you can get pages that have the actual speech bubbles. I have some of those on my website. I'll give you a link to those so that you can connect to those. So you could cut those out and kids could put them in books. I could do it with just Post-its so that they could stick those on. You want to make sure that kids are not damaging the books, so you have to figure out a safe way for them to put them in. But I think that would be a fun writing activity, so have fun making speech bubbles for wordless books.